Hi everyone, and welcome back to Life Kindled, where we explore self-empowerment, personal development, and different strategies you can implement in your life to get to the life you want to have. In today's episode, I thought we would talk a bit about journaling and the role it can play along your self-empowerment journey. So, many of you have probably come across journaling before if you've ever started looking at things like productivity, self-empowerment, personal development. Journaling has come across in a few different ways, and for good reason. Journaling does have many benefits. It's not just about writing out your feelings of the day. It can have a profound effect on your life if done correctly. So in this episode, I would like to explore some of the benefits that you can experience through consistent journaling, but I also want to talk about some of the challenges because I understand these challenges. I go through these challenges myself. So maybe by talking about it, maybe by setting ourselves a challenge, we can start motivating journaling more consistently. Jumping straight in, let's talk about the benefits of journaling. One of the biggest benefits of journaling is that it can help you to deal with depression and anxiety. Now, depression and anxiety aren't new emotions. However, in the last couple of decades, these conditions have become more predominant in society, and more of us are dealing with feelings of anxiety and depression. Now, personally, I prefer to try a more holistic and natural approach to dealing with these types of mental issues before going the medical route. I personally don't want to be dependent on a drug for the rest of my life unless it's absolutely necessary. If you are taking medication for depression and anxiety, journaling can still offer you many of the same benefits. So let's talk a bit about it. When you are writing down your emotions, when you're writing down things that make you anxious, things that make you upset, you are giving attention to those emotions, but you're also letting them go, which means that your brain isn't focusing on them so much, which can help to lessen those feelings. Journaling is also great for improving memory. Now, I've been dealing with brain fog a lot in the last few years, and it can be debilitating. It can make you feel stupid if you can't remember basic things that happened a few days ago. So anything that can help to improve memory, even as you get older, is a wonderful benefit in my opinion. The way that journaling helps to improve your memory is when you are writing down your emotions and your feelings, it frees up faculties in your brain to start allocating resources to memory instead of focusing on those emotions. So very similar to dealing with anxiety and depression, it can help you free up those emotions, let them go because they've written down, you've given them attention. Now your brain can start focusing on other things. Another benefit of journaling is that it can help cultivate a gratitude mindset. Now, it's so easy to dwell on things that we don't have, to focus on everything in our life that's going wrong, everything in our life that isn't where we want it to be. It's very easy to fall into that rabbit hole and just spiral into negativity and not realize that, there are actually things in your life that are amazing, that are great, that you should be thankful for. And journaling can be a great way to start building this gratitude mindset back up and to start focusing on being grateful instead of focusing on everything that you don't have. Another great benefit of journaling is that it promotes positive self-talk. Now, if you're like me, and I'm sure a lot of you are, positive self-talk isn't your natural state. I know the voice inside my head doesn't usually talk in a very positive way. I don't talk very positively about myself. And that is something that I'm working on, because if you can't love yourself, if you can't think positively about yourself, how can you expect other people to? The way that journaling helps you to promote positive self-talk is it gives you a direct glimpse into your negative voice. It makes it easier for you to identify the negative things you're saying about yourself so that you can actually work on them and turn them into something positive rather than focusing on the negative. And then another great way that journaling can help you in personal development and self-empowerment is it can help you keep track of your goals. Now, goal setting is important in self-empowerment because the only way that you can improve your life is by having goals for yourself. And journaling can be a great way to keep track of those goals. Often when we set ourselves big goals that may take a couple of months, maybe even a year, when we look back, it could feel like we haven't done anything, we haven't achieved anything. However, by journaling and keeping track of your progress, you can actually reflect back and see, oh, but you know what? I actually did make progress. I did achieve more than I expected. And that is a great way to keep the positivity and the motivation going, to keep you moving towards achieving your goals. And then another way that journaling can benefit self-empowerment is by helping you to deal with trauma. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail about trauma. There's just too much to cover, so that would have to be an episode on its own. But the reality is that most of us at some point in our life went through a traumatic experience. It might not be a major life-altering experience, such as abuse or a natural disaster or something like that. It could be something small, but that was traumatizing and that did leave a lasting impression in our lives. So this is actually one of the main reasons why I want to get more involved in journaling, is because I know I have traumas in my past that I haven't dealt with. And if I don't deal with them, I know that they are going to come out in unpleasant, horrible ways, affecting my life in the worst ways possible. So I want to make sure that I can start to deal with those traumas in a healthy way so that I can improve my self-empowerment journey going forward. Now that we've covered some of the benefits of self-empowerment, let's talk a bit about the challenges. Because let's face it, there are challenges. One of my biggest challenges when it comes to journaling is consistency. I can journal for a few days, maybe even a week, no problem. And then all of a sudden I would miss one day and the entire cycle would break down. No more journaling from that point, which you're not going to start really feeling the benefits after just 1 week. It needs to be consistent. So one of the ways that I'm going to try and overcome that challenge is by setting myself a goal to journal for 1 month. And the way that I'm going to keep myself accountable is by updating all of you on that process. If you want to follow along, go ahead. The other challenge of self-empowerment that I found is knowing where to start. I know that I want to get specific things out of journaling. I don't just want to write a diary like when I was a teenager. Even though that can be beneficial, I know that I want to get more benefits from it. I know where I want to focus. So I've decided that I'm going to give myself a little outline, just something to get started with. And the way that I'm going to do that is I'm going to start off with writing about my day, taking note of good things that happened, taking note of things that triggered a negative emotion in me. And when I'm focusing on the negative aspects, I'm not going to just be whining. I want to delve into those emotions and try to get to the root cause so that I can start working on them. And then once I've done that, I'm going to move on to a bit of gratitude, listing a few things that I'm grateful for that day. It doesn't have to be a lot. 3 to 5 things should be enough. And then after that, I'm going to be doing a journal prompt. So for this, I'm just going to use generative AI and ask them to generate me a prompt for the day, a journaling prompt for the day that I can write about. The reason I want to incorporate that is just to give me a little bit more insight into myself, into how I operate, into how my brain works, in those types of things, so that I can become more aware of myself and my reaction to certain situations. And hopefully by doing that, I can start improving how I react to the more negative situations that come my way. So that's today's episode. If you want to try the 30-day challenge with me, go right ahead. Leave me comments in this video and follow along with us. Otherwise, I hope you like and subscribe. If you want to see more content like this, I'm going to try and post something every week. And if you found this video interesting, why not watch this one as well? Thank you guys. Have a great day. Bye.